Okay. So lambda expression is a lambda expressions is a feature of Java 8, which can be an alternative of anonymous method. I mean, this is a representation of anonymous method. So, but there are some concise syntax are there. Like you will have this symbol. This symbol is basically called lambda expression. And the symbol left side is the input and the right side will be the processing unit, the processing part or the processing block, you can say, bracket to bracket, second bracket to second bracket. And then the first bracket will be closed, then comma. So if you have only one sentence on the right side, one statement, then you may have bracket or may not have bracket, no problem. But if you have more than one statements, that times we have to keep the block, okay, for the right side. Okay, E is basically the event type reference variable, okay. So if the there are three events we can consider. One is called action event, then mouse event, and we have keyboard event. Okay, now for this one is the left side one, we have the anonymous method, and right side one we have the representation of the lambda expression of this anonymous method. Now, how to represent the lambda expression of this anonymous method is that we do not need, we have to remove the name of any exceptions or super class. We'll just have this one. So we don't need the class, okay, super class or the interface. Then also we do not need the function name, because why the function name is not required, I will let you know later, okay. First, we do not need the function name as well, and also do not need the event type as well. Just the event will be there, so E will be there, okay. Event type is also not there, so just the reference variable will be there, okay. And then then we'll place the lambda expressions and then the body. Then the body we have the block in here, so this block will take in here, this block will take in here, okay. So just E will come, so E will come in here, and then lambda expressions, then the body of the method, that's it. So this is basically called lambda expression. Now why lambda expressions doesn't need to express the method name? Because why does it need the exception name? Because by default it has been known that this exception will call, or this object will create. So that's why by default the compiler will add event handler exception in there. Now why the method name is not there? The method name is not here because those methods, those interface which has only one method, that can be represent only one abstract method, that can be represented as lambda expression. So here, if you have an interface but which has only one method, that's mean here the body is one method only, so we have to go to that method. So we do not need to write down the name of this method. Compiler will automatically add the name of this method. So that's why lambda expression is much more hold simplicity than the anonymous, or than the because the load has been given to the compiler, not the programmer. That's the benefit we can gain. Okay, it's a very simple and just optimized code as well. So we have the basic syntax for lambda expression is that we have parameter type, like type 1 parameters name. So in the bracket you can put, those are the input to the function. And we have the expressions. So expressions or statements. If this one is in one statements, then you do not need to write bracket. If you have more than one statements, you can write bracket blocks. And the lambda expression symbol will be there. So now the point is that the data type of the parameters may be explicitly declared or implicitly inferred by the compiler. if you may put the data type or you may not put the data type, automatically the compiler will take this. Okay, but usually when you have multiple data types, then we put the data type as well as the data type variable name. Whereas if you have single variable, we are not putting any type in there. Okay, because it's not explicitly, data type is not presented implicitly, but the compiler will be used this automatically. Okay, like we are using, the type is not providing in there. So that's the things that we want to mention here. So that's I'm telling that single abstract method interface, the interface which are used in the Lambda expressions must be a single method interface. So otherwise, we cannot put them in the Lambda expressions. If we have multiple, anonymous class can support multiple functions, multiple methods, but the Lambda expression only support the interfaces which has only one method, not multiple methods. Okay. Okay. So that's it from Lambda expressions. That's it from Lambda expressions. So we have already learned the Lambda expressions, anonymous class. Then we have talked about inner class and then outer class. Okay, and now we are coming to talk about different issues, right? So we have seen that action event. So far we work, everything is in action event, on action event, right? So action event and action event handler. We have seen the handler, how this handler can handle or process the action events, right? So E was the action events. So far we have seen this. That has been, the handler has been created by anonymous class in Lambda expressions, inner class, outer class. So all the way we have created the handler and shown you that how to optimize way you can implement. Now we are going to use another type of event which is called mouse event, which is called mouse event. And mouse event class has some, so this event, when this event will create, so this event is an object will be created. So that object will have some functions, methods. These methods will provide you the usability of the event. Okay, so whenever a source will create this type of event, mouse event, so an object will be created which is called mouse event objects, and the handler can use these objects, so let's see, E is the mouse event. So this E, and call corresponding method of these objects like getX, getY. GetX and getY are returning the coordinate where the mouse has been pointed now. So mouse is pointing now source, inside the source. Let's see button. And in the button, if you click, so what is the XY in this button place? So that XY, the button will be replied by the getX and getY. But this one is affiliated with E, so the objects, so get X and get Y. We didn't use previously the objects of event, but now we are using this one to find out that where basically mouse has been clicked in the source. So the source XY, if you want to find out, then you will get X gets Y. The mouse pointers point in the screen, if you want to find out, then you will go for get screen X, screen Y. Full screen, if you want to find out the XY, then you will go for get screen Y, get screen X and get screen Y. So let's run a program and see that how basically those has been, the input has been taken as from the mouse event. Let's go for this one. So I have the program here open, and the program is called mouse event demo, which is inside my desktop. Mouse event demo, which is in lab 1, mouse event demo. Desktop lab 1 and mouse event demo. mouse event demo class. So now open. So this is my mouse event demo class. So here you can see that how basically the event has been, from the event mouse event we can collect the the coordinate of according to the source, coordinate according to the source of the mouse. Okay, let's see here. You see that I have a text box, I have a text I have taken, which is programming in is fun, from the space 2020 from the my screen. So my screen, right, 2020. So from 2020 place I have xy is 2020, xy is 2020, so 2020. Okay, and then here is written programming is fun, programming is fun. Okay, so this is my text, right? Okay, now the point is that uh, so I use the pen, and inside the pen I put the text. Okay, now get pen dot get children dot add all text. So this text will be added into the pen, so which is a normal pen we have taken. Okay, now text dot set on mouse drag. If you drag a mouse in here, if you drag, so that is basically set on mouse drag, then an event will be created, and that event will handle by a class that should be inside this one. This class has been registered. Okay, that should be the class. Okay, because lambda expression we are using, so we are not representing class, but actually, so this is the class, or this is the object of the class, right? So what we are doing is that when set on mouse drag, so whenever you are dragging the mouse, you see we have told you that when the mouse has been dragged in here, we have mentioned that when the mouse has been dragged, see here, mouse drag, one object will be created, and that object name is mouse event, and that would be registered into set on mouse drag. So set on mouse drag, we have to place the handler class name in here. So the handler will automatically will get the mouse event, and he will process that one and provide the result. So we have to register in set on mouse drag before we use set on action, because this one is a button actions. Button text field, radio field clicking is basically called action event. But now we are doing mouse event. Okay, mouse event type object will be created. So that's why we have taken the set on actions, the setter of the setter method of the on mouse drag property. So when mouse drag, then e input, so this is the object will come in here. So that object is the mouse event, and it will place in here. So this one will be processed. So this one will be executed. What will be executed? Text dot set x. Text dot set x. What does it mean? That we have the text box. The x and y is 200 and 220 by 20. Now text dot set x. That's mean this x equal what? This x equal will be the event. Where has the event created? So that is basically the mouse has been dragged. So that's mean the event has been created in here. So that event, so it has been created in here. It has some x and y. So wherever the mouse will move, event will create. Drag. Like if I click in this one and I'm dragging this one, so every times an event will create it. Okay, every dragging move will create an event. So xy from here, here. So xy is changing. So if this one has x1, y1, this one is x1, y1, then another time. Okay, so this x1, whenever it is changing, so you will take this x1, mouse drag event x1. So y dot get x. So E1 will give the E dot get X. E is the mouse event, where the mouse event occurs. That get X, that X. So that X is the X. So that X is X1. So actually X equal to will be X1. So wherever my mouse will be dragged, the value of the starting address, the beginning address of the program will move. So wherever my mouse will move, so there will be the text will move. That's the thing. That's the code we are doing. Okay, and then we put in the pen, and then we set up. So if we run this code, you will see that how this program will work. So mouse dragging point event, like here. So you see mouse dragging point event, EX getX, we got X of the X, my mouse one, and E dot getY, my mouse one position I got. Okay, now I move, my mouse one position has been changes. Automatically it will set to the text XY position. Automatically he will change. You see, automatically he will changes wherever I am dragging. So that way basically the mouse will move, the programming, the text is also moving in that place. So text XY is basically setting the text XY is the mouse XY, wherever the event is creating, So that one he is going. You understand? But the main thing is that the first event should be created. Event will be created inside the text, not other places. Event will be created inside the text, not other places. Yeah. So event will be created inside the text. Why? Because you can see text dot set on mouse drag. So inside the text box, you are creating, you are handling this one. Outside this one, it will not show. Because if you want outside one, scheme dot set on mouse drag. But this one is a text only. So the text, if you have to click on the text, then text will move any place in the text, and then text will move in the place of the mouse. And if you drag this one, the mouse move, so text XY also changing. That is basically the mouse event. Okay, any question? Do you have any question? No. Okay, now we are going to another one, which is called key event. So very important one, key event. So you see here, for key, like the keyboard can create event. Now not mouse, keyboard. The keyboard will create event. How many events we have? 3 events we have: key praise, key release, key type. Key praise, key release, key type. Key praise, the event will be created by key praise is key event. What is the event? Key event. Key release, also creating key event. Key type, also creating key event. And the handler will be set on key praise for key praise. I mean the registration, the properties need to be key praise, key release, key type. Set on key type, set on key release, set on key praise. And the event handler key event. Event handler is the key event. So here is the handler will be there. The handler will be in here. So that way, basically, those methods need to use lambda expressions inside them, lambda expressions, so that they can use as a handler. Okay, but for key, a very important point is that there are some method. Key event class contains some methods. One of them is getCode. It's a very important method for key event, like e.getCode. So when the event will create, then what the key has been praised. So if you have key praise, so that times the event will take, you see, set on key praise. So if key praise occurred, then this event will occur, right? So this event, key event will occur. If set on key release, so that time this one will occur. Set on key type, that time this one will occur. So at a time 3 will not occur. Okay, so any one will occur at a time. So now which one will occur depending on what the functionalities you want, what the functionalities, actions you want to do, key praise or key up, key release, or what kind of type, key type. So depending on that, you have to take the responsibility of the method, which method will evolve. Fine. Now we have the getCode method in the key paste or not key paste or key release or key type, whatever. We have an event, so that event is the key event will create. Key event type object will be created. Key event type objects, we have a method which called getCode. Whenever any key, so it will return the key code associated with key in the event. Which key has release? E.getCode. Which key has press? E.getCode. Which key has type? E.getCode. It will return the key code of the type key code of the type key. Every key has a code. What is the code? A constant will be returned for every code. So the code means like a constant will be returned. So the corresponding constant name is, you can see here, the corresponding constant name is home for home key press, end for end key press or release or type, page up, the key code for page up button key code. Not up button, page up button, it is F11, okay, that one. Page down, symbol, up, this one is the up arrow, down arrow, left arrow, right arrow, okay. So those are basically very important part because gaming is required those part. Escape, tab, control, shift, backspace, caps, cap lock, number lock, enter, F1 to F12, 0 to 9, A to Z. So those are the names of the key. Now this key code, getCode, when you say e.getCode, so whenever a key press, an event key event will occur. So e.getCode will return you these names. If up key has been placed, so up will return. Key code will be up. Now you can compare that up key, what will be the actions you will do. So your method should have to do that task. Your Lambda expression should have to do that task, right? So that way we can solve the problems for key code. Let's go for that one. Okay, so we have, let's see at one program. File, open. Let's key code. Key event demo. Key event demo, we are opening this one. Key event demo, you can see here. For key event, we have this one is important part for the key event part. Everything we know about previously, that we have a pen and we have a text box, which is a text which is starting from 20 by 20, and the text is ABC, 20 by 20, and the text is ABC. And now we add it into the pen, and then we have the text. The text is the source. Dot key on, set on key press. So whenever key will be pressed, then any event will create. So this method will pass this one. So this is responsible. So that's why set on key press properties we have taken. So if set on key press, key will press, that time this will work. So this object will create. This object is the event, key event, okay, E. So what we are doing is that we'll check in the switch statement that the e.getCode, what is the code? A constant will be returned. So e.getCode, that means whatever the event occurs, so that what is the code for that? The code will be a constant. So a letter will be come out, I mean a constant of the each corresponding key will be returned. So now we will check that case down. Is it down? Is it down key? Case down. Or you can say getCode equal down. Okay, if you can check that way. Or you can say case down. Then you will say case up, case left, case right. Which key has been pressed? So if this one has been pressed any one, then fine, we'll do some activities. Otherwise, by default, we'll put the text because the text length is greater than 0. So we'll put the text, e.getText. So what is the text? But if it is our down key, so if you are making down, we want the text should be down. So whatever the coordinate is, it should be down. So the coordinate will plus 10. So the y coordinate will plus 10. Y coordinate will plus 10. So text.getY plus 10. It will be the set text, set y. So First, we'll take the text 20 plus 10, and now it is assigned to here. So now it will come to here. 20, 30 is the text after down key. Now, if you go for up key, so he will read this one, set Y, and then he will just reduce this one, minus 10. So it will go to 20 again. So like this one, minus 10, and then set up this one. So this one, the set Y. So inside the set Y, we place this one. So Y has been changed of the text box. That way, left, right, and left we have. So x-axis will be minus 10. So get x minus 10. So that will be assigned to set Y, set x, and get and get x plus 10 will be provide us x-axis plus 10 will provide us the x-axis value, and then we'll make set x to that. Now, if we run this one, what you will see is that if you run this one, you will see that how basically it is working. Now this one is in here. My mouse, okay, my mouse is here. Okay, I placed this mouse. Now you let me bigger this one. It will be in here. You will see that when I will click in the down key, my mouse is here. Okay, when I click down key, you see right key, down key, left key, up key, right key, down key, left key, down key, up key. So in that way, you can control any text, any label, any button. So you can control in this way any source. So the position you can be changed that one. Okay. So during the runtime by clicking the, so this is an example just clicking, but how the keyboard is handling, that's basically one of the example has been provided. Any question? Yeah, so you need to practice this, okay? So otherwise, just I'm telling you or just listening, that will not help. You need to practice this. There are also some other features that's important for you guys. So we have completed JavaFX, right? Till this, basically, I want to teach. Okay, but some of the important objects we have, let's go for those. Like we have, I'm not going to work with animations, okay? I'm not teaching you the animations. Sir, in our browser, we cannot drag tab. They have used the mouse drag mechanism? Yes, mouse drag. Yes. Yakumia, yes, mouse drag. This is not like browser one. This is not like browser one. This is the mouse drag one they are using. Mouse drag in Java, yes. So I'm not sure what you are asking for.
মানে স্যার মানে আমরা তো যখন স্যার ট্যাব একটা ট্যাব যখন স্যার এক জায়গা থেকে অন্য জায়গায় মেকানিজমটা মাউস ড্র্যাগিং যে মেকানিজমটা এটাই কি ওই ব্রাউজার ইউজ করে কোডটা করা হয়েছে কিনা?
No. আপনার ট্যাবের সাথে এটা সম্পর্ক নাই।
ও আচ্ছা।
Mouse drag we have used, but not tab. Mouse drag, just mouse drag আপনি একটা প্লেস থেকে একটা পজিশনে যাচ্ছেন, right? You are dragging the mouse and moving from like upper. So that's mean that the mouse, you are creating events as well. Like mouse dragging, you are creating event. So maybe after tab they are creating like how many later they will change the XY. That can be the tab, can be possible space is the tab space maybe, but actually we are dragging this one, mouse drag. So when you mouse drag, so that times you are stopping some places. So that's mean that the XY has been changed, the event will create. From here I'm starting, so XY I have, now I'm moving here, so my XY has been changed, right? So automatically the text will come to this place. So the dragging means like dragging start to stop or something like that. You are clicking and moving. So starting and stop, a little bit stop. So that is basically the next XY. So that is providing the XY to the text. Okay. I'm not sure about the tab mechanism you are telling. What is the tab mechanism? But dragging mechanism, they are taking this one. Okay. The dragging event, basically, nothing else. The dragging event mechanism they are taking. Okay. So now I'm going to the next one. That's basically we have some of the components that you may need for your for making your interface, user interface. Sometimes you may need. So let's go to this one about 16 slide. Okay, so these are basically controlling multimedia and application. You can say, you can think that, sir, you are not giving us the option for animations. The animation is given there. It's just simple. You just implement this one. Everything you have learned, the animation is there. Like bouncing ball problem is in there. So animations like bouncing ball problem is this. Just an animation class you need to implement. And like path transaction, fade transactions, that's we do um, in the PowerPoint slide. Like we give like path changes and then fade transactions. Okay, so that type of class we have. So you can implement this one. And then we have clock. This clock will round and give you the time. So clock animations, the code is in there. You can run and you can see how the animation works. So these are the bouncing ball problems. Previously, I give the assignments to the students about bouncing ball, like tell me how the bouncing ball occurs, okay, and implement and tell me that how this one is occur. So anyway, you can just implement and just see that how it's working. So everything you have learned, just something like animations, you just need animation class and path and fit transaction class. Please learn these two classes. That's it. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about another few objects. Those are very important for user interfaces, like level objects. It's like button objects. You can use level objects like calling the label and then you can call the reference variable name equal to new label. So you can create the objects, simple objects, and that's it. Okay, so that's where basically you can handle the label objects. Then we have you can use in this way any pictures or any circle. You can use the label, just the organization. You can place those to the pen, and that's it. So the pen will organize this way. Okay, like grid pen you can use. Okay, and then we have some button examples. I can show you these button examples. Let's go to this button. Okay, so file, open, button. Button pen.java, button in pen.java. Okay, so button in pen, this one is it? No, file open. So this one is uh, button demo, maybe button demo. Yeah, let's see. So button demo, yes. So this button demo class, you can see this class is required because the next program which I will run, so that is also required the button demo. So in this class, you see that we have a very authenticated way they represent and informations, which is basically you can see here that we have a method they have used and the class method. Inside the class method, they implemented the border pen. You know the border pen, right? So the border pen, whenever a border pen object you will create. So that times basically we have the border pen in here. Okay, text box, and then we have border pen. Border pen object need to be created, otherwise the border pen cannot. Yeah, so this one is the object. Whenever the object will be created, the scheme will be divided into 5 parts, as I told you before, 5 parts. So this one is my center, and this is my left, right, up, top, and bottom. So in the border pen, I have used 2 buttons. Okay, so I put H box, and inside the H box, I place 2 buttons, and I place them some images like left image and right image. I place them some images also on top of the button. Okay, so the right images. So these are the images like button name and then comma new image view image. What is the image? Image. Then in my folder, I have an image folder. Inside the image folder, I have left.gif. So these images will show. So this one in the center of the edge box, I place those are center in the edge box. And then I put the color, green color and others. And then I place this one to button the border pen. So border pen said button. So inside the button I place. So this one has been taken in this place. Okay, in this place. So this is my first test I did. And then I create a pen for text. So this text, pen for text. So I will have a text. So this text I put in the center of the button pan. So I will have the text. So as I have text, it is a pan, normal pan for text, and the text has been placed in here, like JavaFX programming, JavaFX programming. So this one has been placed in here. But as I don't have the other ones, so this one will take the task because 50 by 50. So it is starting from 50 by 50. So all the place has been taken the center. Okay, so this one has been covered by the center. Because these places are not utilized by the, I mean, the other places are not utilized. So their size we don't know. So that's why all has been occupied because 50 by 50 has been taken by the text. So that is placed from here. Now, when you run this one, so this border pan, so this function when you call, so he will return a border pan. So actually, previously we don't have function. We can just border pan. This pan we add in here. But here we are calling get pan. The return is the pan. Pan is coming here. So that's a function call has been shown, and that's the good things. Okay. Now, if you run this program, you will see that how this program will work. So we are running this one. Yeah, so this is the, I have made this gift, okay? So because I didn't find out the two gifts similar, okay? So sorry, I put this two, okay? So those are in the button, and the text is starting from 50 by 50. So if I will click right, so it will move right, and if I click left, it will move left. The same way as we did, the text has been changes according to the button click, mouse click. The same way, basically button click, we put that one to button click, okay? So the text set get XY will be the set X and set Y of the text. That's we have done. Okay, so you can see this one is here. So text getX minus 10, getX set text getX, because there is no event is creating, button is creating the event. So the event is not like position is not required for the event. Button is creating event. So the text will be changed. So text getX minus 10 will be the set text next time. So whenever this button will click, that the set X will change. Okay, change the whatever the value now, getX will provide, and minus 10 this one, then set X will provide again. So this one will be left shift. Okay, so right shift will plus 10. Okay, that's why the X has been changes. Now this one we use another programs which is called which is a very important object, which is basically called yeah, which is basically called like this one we have seen. Now we want to see checkbox. The object for checkbox is just checkbox. The name is like that. Checkbox ck1 equal to new checkbox. And it's fine. These are the checkbox we have. So now for the checkbox, we're gonna see that we have the button, now button demo, and we inherit the button demo for the checkbox program. Okay, so let's go for the checkbox program. File open checkbox. So checkbox demo.java, we are running this one. Yeah, so we are running this. So you see, we have the button demo, whatever the button demo we have run. So this class is now inherited for the checkbox demo. Here, actually, what we have done is the checkbox. That things we have done here. The new thing is in here. We have made a vertical box, and we added two checkbox. One checkbox name is checkbox bold, and another one is checkbox italic. And those will be bold and italic has been created and placed into the vertical box. So this one is the checkbox 1, and this one is the checkbox 2, which name is bold, and another name is italic. Fine. Now this checkbox will be placed to the right of the button pan, whatever the pan we have. So the button pan we have set right. So we place this one to set right in this place. You see in the corner of this place. This is our the box has been created. So this box has been created. This one is the button, this one is the center, and this one is the right box. We have bold and italic. Now, what we do is that if we click in bold, then the text will change. So what will happen then? If we have 4 kind of options. We have both has been selected. We have bold italic selected. We have bold selected, and we have nothing will select it. 4 options we have. So for 4 options, four different handler we use. So 4 options, 4 different handler can be used, but or one handler, 4 different options we can place. If else, that things we are doing, that if else we are using. Okay. So if one event, because the same event we create for action event, so we are using 4 different if else. That if checkbox is selected, checkbox bold is selected. So is selected means you are clicked, is selected, and checkbox italic is selected. If both has been selected, then the text set font will be font bold italic. Font bold italic we have defined. What is font bold italic? Font will be Times New Roman, weight will be bold, and posture will be italic. We have seen this, right? So the font handling, okay? So now if we have bold is selected only, so that time the font bold will occur. If you have italic only selected, then font italic will be selected. So that way basically the other will be normal, okay? So that way basically we have done, we're using the checkbox, okay? So that is the case we have. Like bold and italic will be selected, then the text will be, the font text will be, weight will be bold, font weight will be bold, and posture will be italic. When bold will be selected, font weight will be bold, but the posture is not italic, okay? Posture is normal one, okay? When italic will be selected, font posture will be italic, and the weight will be normal, okay? And then if nothing will be selected, bold font text will be, font weight will be normal, and posture will be normal as well, okay? So that way basically we can change and we can select. There are also few, just wanna show you that those, so that you can, radio button is the similar way of checkbox, and radio box is working in the similar way. The radio box is red, green, blue, 3 red, green, blue we have. So you can also see that by running this one, we have radio button file open, we have radio button demo.java. In here, the only difference is that rather than checkbox, now we have radio button. Okay, radio button objects red, green, blue. Okay, and we place them into a vertical box we have taken and place them into the vertical box in the left of the border pan. So this box has been placed 3 and red, green, blue, and we place this vertical box to the border pan on the left side of the border pan, on the left one of the border pan, right? So left one of the border pan. So we have the border pan, the left one. So left side we place this one to here. So that's we have set. And now here is that if red will be clicked, red will be selected, then text field will be color red. So if certain actions green will be selected, then text field will be green, and then blue will be selected, text field will be blue. Toggle group, new toggle group, RB red set toggle group set. So these are working as a group, and if one will be selected, other won't be selected. So that's, this code is maintaining this one. Okay, so the group has been maintained. Toggle group has been maintained. So let's go for this one and see how it's worked. So now we are running this one, and you will see that this one has been added to the left side of the radio. So left side of the as a radio button, and when you click this one, red, this one, the color will be of the text has been changed. But at a time, only one has been selected. But it's not like both has been selected in the checkbox. Radio box has been one because of the group, the toggle group. We have selected this one. Okay, so that's the way basically we can select only one color for the text, not like double color. We don't want to place. Okay, so that's the way basically you can just go through and you can just run those programs, and then whatever you need in your program, please collect this. Like text field we need always. Text field we always need. So text field is a text can be used to enter the display string. If you can enter some value, and that will be displayed. Okay, text field is a subclass of text input control. So we do not need about this. We just need the text field, how text field works. That's it. So you can call like text field tx1 equal to new text field. If you want to give some text, you can give by default or not. It's like label, button, text field. Same way you can just create. Okay, so we have time is crossing, right? So but it's okay. So text field. So that way ComboBox is there. So ComboBox also you can just implement. You can just call the ComboBox and add that wherever you need. So that kind of design you can create, right? ListView is there. So ListView also you can work with the ListView as well. So ScrollBar is a very important task. So if you need to move like the thumb, you can move like this one, like color box is required. ScrollBox is required. So that's also important. You can use those in your program as well. So that's it. That's it. You can go to learn these things and make some animations and do work with some bouncing ball or other factors. Okay, like scrolling box to scroll them and see that how it's work, slidings and work. So you can make the like that programs new. I'll open. I have a D drive. Inside the D drive, I have 2021. Inside that 2000 summer 21, I have JavaFX. And here I have the calculator, loan calculator. Okay, this loan calculator, if you run the loan calculator, you will see. I want to show you this one with running. This is my program, okay, and this is not the bookish program, my program, so that you can do your assignments. This is the similar to your assignments. Okay, you see the text box. How many five text box I have taken, and those are the instance variable. Okay, instance variable. Those are the instance variable because all function or inner class can run those. Otherwise, the handler is an inner class. You have to remember these things. Okay, if handler is an outer class, then we have problems for sharing those. That's why we put this handler in the inner class. So text box, and then we have label. Then we have label in here, and then we have button in here. We have button in this one. So we have five text box. We have a button and label, 5 label we have. Now what we want is that the 3 inputs will be provided by the 3 text box. Inside the 3 text box, we have to convert those to accordingly what are the like now loan amount, double, annual interest, double, number of integers will be integer. So those will be converted to integers. So then convert them. So I am just calling in the actions like okay, convert them to the integer and double integer and double value, convert them. Okay, and then I use some methods to find out that get monthly payment and get total payment, and then convert them to string again and print them in a string format like after that 0.25 and $sign should be there. So $sign should be there when I have like this one. Okay, 45% is too much, right? 12%. 12 number of years, let's say 10 years, and you took loan amount is 1 lakh. Okay, and then monthly payment, how much monthly payment I need to give. So those will be calculated in this way. Okay, so that way basically you can calculate it. Okay, so these are the finding out the equations we have for finding out the monthly payment. And we have done this one, like these programs we have done when we are in the first lab. When we are in the first lab, we did this program, I believe so. I'm not sure you did or not, but actually we have done. So in here, compute loan, this one. You see the lab works we have, the lab works, why it is not going. So the equations, yeah, these equations we have solved, right? So that is the monthly payment equation. So loan amount into monthly interest rate divided by, so this one fully we have done. Okay, the same thing we have done in here, and we find out the get payments. Okay, fine, and then we print in the last 2 as dollar symbols and 0.25. So this is the format way we have printed this one as a string in here. So that's way basically we done. Now the point is that when you calculate, when you click this one, so that times basically this function will call. So we have a calculate payment, and that we place in the handler. You see that we place in the action. This one is the anonymous class. We have used the anonymous class and placed in there. So the anonymous class, inside the anonymous class, we have placed calculate payment. And if you have like you want to use normal, so you can use like that. lambda expressions E, then calculate payment. Or you can put bracket, inside the bracket you can put calculate payment. Fine, that's done. Okay, so that way basically the lambda expression can be done. Okay, and we place all this looking beautiful. Okay, and it's look interesting. How we can do it? We just use grid pen. So this one is the 0 0, this one is the 1 0. So in that way basically all those we have placed, and even calculated also, even the calculate button also. Just a simple program. I have given you assignments and you are not doing this one. What is this? You have the last date on 11, right? Due date. So please submit. Run, submit. Okay, run, show me the screenshot, and also like the okay, your report should have to focus on whatever the taxes I have given. Like I have given some rubrics mark, right? So please answer those questions. Okay, and test and result, test and result. Like evaluate some, like teacher will evaluate with some values. So you will give some values and show the result, how it's working. Okay, so this way make a report with the rubrics, and we'll see the report only. Okay, but don't copy the report. If I find out the report name and other things are the same, so it should be the problem. Okay, because two programmers should not have the same programs. You understand? So that's it for today's class. I hope that